On this episode we will recap the first episode of the famous game adaptation from HBO's The Last of Us, so let me warn you, spoiler alert. In 1968, scientists are talking about possible virus that can cause global pandemic. Forward to 2003, Joel and Sarah are having breakfast. It's Joel's birthday. Uncle Tommy shows up and asking for pancakes and end up eating leftover instead. Joel is going to drop Sarah at school that morning. The neighbor Mr. Adler greeted them and offered biscuits. He's together with the old lady, which in some kind of illness, but they're in a hurry, so Joel told them that Sarah can stay with them after school. At school, Sarah was bored and keep looking at the clock. After school she went to a watch shop and get Joel's watch repaired. Strangely, a lady came out and asked Sarah to go home. Luckily the watch was repaired quickly. She went to the neighbor's home after. Sarah and Mrs. Adler were baking. When Sarah went to a shelf, the old lady behind her was acting strange. As she went outside she noticed the dog is strangely staring at the old lady, and when outside she saw some jets flying over. At night Sarah is waiting for Joel to come home from work. She wanted to surprise him with the watch she got repaired earlier. Joel got the repaired watch as a birthday gift, and the two watched a movie. Tommy suddenly called and told Joel he's in jail. Sarah is now asleep, so she brought her into bed and went out to get Tommy out of jail. Sarah was awakened by the loud noise outside and checked it out. She found the neighbor's dog, and went to the Adler's home. The place is a mess, and found Mr. Adler in shocked and full of blood. When she turns around, she discovers the old lady biting Mrs. Adler's neck. Terrified, Sarah ran outside and the old lady is chasing her aggressively. But Joel and Tommy was already outside when they see Sarah was chased. Joel hit her hard with a wrench, knocking her out. Still confused on what is happening, the three drove into town and see people were in chaos. An airplane went down and exploded. Debris is flying everywhere and they eventually crashed their car. Tommy was separated. Joel and Sarah were trying to go somewhere safe. Sarah hurts her ankle, so Joel carried her away. They encountered a military officer and pointed his rifle to them and fired at them. They both landed on the ground. Tommy was in time and shot the guy with his rifle. Sadly, Sarah is shot and passed away in Joel's hands. After 20 years, people lived in an apocalyptic world and built a wall to protect them from the infected. They're ruled by Fedra, a military dictatorship, and people are fighting to bring back democracy. There's group called Fireflies. They're doing their best to fight and bring down Fedra. Meanwhile, Tommy seems missing and Joel is trying to get into him, but the journey is too dangerous. Later on, Joel found out from Tess that the battery of their truck was sold by Robert, and spend the money. He needs the truck to find Tommy. Joel and Tess are planning to invade Robert to get their battery back. Ellie is captured by Fireflies and later found that she was put in Fedra by Marlene herself, to be safe. Marlene is one of the leader of Firefly, and was assigned at Boston QC. Joel and Tess finally sneaked into Robert's. They went into an old building. Tess suddenly screamed when she encountered an infected, but seems dead. They found a ladder going up, leading them into the Firefly's hideout. Which is where Roberts would be selling the battery, but find out that he's been killed by Fireflies by selling them a dead battery. They found Marlene hurt and also encountered Ellie. Marlene made a deal to bring Ellie into one of Firefly's camp, which is outside the walls, and in return they'll give Joel everything he need to find Tommy. At night Joel, Tess and Ellie sneaks out the walls through the sewers, but caught by one of the guards who Joel knew, but Ellie stabbed him in the leg with her knife. Joel suddenly have flashes of memories when Sarah was shot, and began charging the guard, punching him to the ground, killing him. Tess noticed Ellie's arm had some bite marks, from what it looks like bites from the infected. Ellie must be immune, and that's why Marlene was eager to protect her at all cost. And the episode ends with the three of them walking outside the walls. I hope you enjoyed our short recap. If so, please like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell button. This is our first video and we will be happy to make more of this in the future. Thanks for watching.